That was an old hymn written in 1601 and harmonized, adapted, and rearranged 100 or so years later by J.S. Bach. It's "O Sacred Head Sore Wounded." I'm Father Steve Sellers, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today for my daily message of hope and inspiration. I hope you're having a blessed day so far and that you're finding plenty of opportunities to experience the joy and the wonder and the beauty of the Lord. If not, maybe I can help you a little bit today. And my thinking this morning is on who our heroes are. Can you think of heroes that you have in your mind? I remember heroes from my childhood and some that I have today are still heroes. I always ask that question of my students, whether they're college students, graduate students, all the way down to middle school and younger. Who are your heroes? It's sad to say that lately the little kids, the heroes they have are not even real people. They're cartoon characters or comic book stars or movie actors or actresses. They're not real. And I started noticing that we had a problem when many years ago I asked a class who their heroes are. And one little boy said Rocky Balboa. Well, I guess that was your hero in the 70s, he probably still is because he's still fighting on TV and on his movies. So, but who are your heroes? I remember very young having heroes like the great Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox. This is his old baseball card. Ted Williams was the greatest pure hitter ever in Major League Baseball. The last player to hit 400 in a single season. He hit 406 in 1941. Ted would be unquestionably the greatest of all time, except for the fact that he missed 5 years in his prime. The year after he hit 406, he went into the U.S. military and served his country for 5 years, fighting in World War II. Otherwise, his statistics would be beyond reach. Some of them still are beyond reach, like that 406 he hit in 1941. Also, the great Stan Musial, St. Louis Cardinals. This is his old baseball card. I thought his stance at home plate was an amazing thing to see, but not as amazing as the way he swung his bat. I had heroes growing up. There were others, Muhammad Ali being one of them. The main one primarily in the 60s as I was becoming a teenager was still a hero of mine today because he's still shining a light that people can follow with the way he lives his life. And that's the great Roger Staubach. I began following him when he was a junior at the Naval Academy and won the Heisman Trophy that year. Roger wound up playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Starting in 1969, he led them to 2 Super Bowls, championships, and 5 Super Bowls in all that he led them to. Roger, as Ted Williams, missed many years of his life because he served his country. When Roger graduated from the Naval Academy, he went into the U.S. Navy and spent 4 years during the fighting in Vietnam. So Roger's numbers would be even greater than they are now, and he, of course, is a Hall of Fame quarterback on his own right. But Roger shines a light that illuminates the path for many today, including me. But it wasn't until I read Roger's autobiography that I realized that he and I have the same hero. Roger is a devout Catholic Christian, and in his autobiography he mentions the Lord Jesus as his hero in life. And indeed, Jesus is mine too. Many people that we consider our heroes shine a light in our path for a moment in time, but Jesus is the light of the world. He said, "Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Many of us have spent far too many days, weeks, months, and years, and decades in our lives in the darkness, listening to dark voices and doing dark things and injuring ourselves and others. Jesus is the light of the world. His light illuminates the path, and darkness can never overcome the light of Christ. We read that in John's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. I realized when I read Roger's autobiography that I had to write about him, so I wrote a column for my parish newsletter in the late 1990s. And that column eventually made its way to Roger. And he called me, and I had a chance to meet my biggest hero. Had dinner with him. And then for Christmas that year, he sent me a Dallas Cowboy football with not only his autograph on it, but with to Father Steve. It was great meeting you, and I appreciate all the good you do for the Lord. Roger Staubach, number 12. You know, his hero, the Lord Jesus Christ, is my hero. Please know that Jesus is with you today, no matter what you've done, where you are, where you're going, what's happened in your past, what you're doing right now. It doesn't matter. He's with you right now, and his light shines for you. All you need to do is turn to him and ask him to show you the way. He continues to show me the way day after day, and I hope he'll shine the light for you. I know he will, and I hope his light shines brightly for you on this day, that you experience his love and joy today. And you know, the best thing we can do is to take that light and share it with others. Too many people are in darkness, and we come across them all the time. Smile for them, give them a friendly and a compassionate ear to talk to, and let them know that they're loved, just as you are loved. God bless you, and have a wonderful day today.